Happy birthday to me. Hi everybody, Samreen here. This video is very different from my previous videos. There is no editing today. I'm not talking about any theories here. This is purely based on my reflections of my 20s. So I hope you'll find this useful too. Do you like me? Do you like me? This is one of those questions which most of us are chasing through without thinking twice. We want to be liked by the people around us. We want to be liked by our friends. We want to be liked by our society so that we feel validated and we also feel that we belong. And I know that happens when there's a lot of peer pressure around you. And you know what? I'm not indifferent. I've exactly felt the same as well. Where I have felt peer pressure, and that happens a lot more when you move from your own country to an absolute new country where the culture, language, whether nothing is the same as you're used to. But guess what? No matter how much we try, we cannot be liked by everybody else. And you know what? It's not even our job to be liked by everybody else. Our only job is to be liked by ourselves. So from today onwards, try not to please everybody around you. Try to make sure that you are pleasing yourself in a way that, of course, you're not harming anybody and you're not harming yourself, but you're staying true to yourself, to your future self, to your dreams and ambitions without the pressure of pleasing everybody else. Because you know what? No matter how hard you try, you would not be able to please anybody. And in that process, you might lose yourself. But what has really helped me to always remind myself where I come from and what I truly believe in and what are my values. And the minute I remind myself about those things, it's not that difficult then for me to come out from the pressure and do the things on my own terms. Another thing which we really struggle with in our 20s, to be honest, I would say even 30s, is that you always think of that fantasy. You always think about that imagination that, oh my God, friends are going to be forever. I'm sorry to bust that myth for you because that's not true. You have friends for different seasons, but it's almost impossible to have the same friends across different stages of your life. If you do have those friends, you're very lucky, but not most people are lucky. And you ask me why? Because with time, we keep on growing and sometimes you also outgrow the people we are hanging out with. So when you are growing in your life and people around you might not be matching that growth, you might shed those people. At time, it hurts. Absolutely, it hurts. But as you progress and as you'll evolve as an individual, you would see that how your growth might not be even possible if you were still with those people. So appreciate the fact that yes, you have these friends today. Have the best time with them. Enjoy yourself, but also keep in mind that it's not permanent. At some stage of your life, you might lose those people, and that's okay because that's part of growth. Another big pressure which we all feel is making those big decisions. What kind of career would I like to choose for myself? The person I'm going to marry. What do I need with my life right now? What is my purpose in the rest of it? One thing I've learned is that all these big decisions, and I would say actually life-altering decisions, are very hard to make. Yes, I agree. However, the way we make them could be different. Another thing, your career choices. And you know what I've learned is that is okay. You can change your career later on. That's not going to be end of the world. I know in my part of the world, in South Asian cultures, many times you think, okay, whatever career I'm choosing right now, I have to stick with that career. But that's not always true. You can always make change. You can always move. As far as you're making all the right efforts, it's okay to move forward as well and perhaps change that career if that's not serving your purpose anymore. Another point in making all the big decisions is what really works for me is every single time I have to make a big decision, I always think about it, which you all do. I discuss with the right people who I think are the most important in my life. And then I do another trick, which is I always think about, okay, if I decide on this point, what's the worst can happen? And then I put myself in the worst situation thinking, if I can handle the worst outcome of my decision, I'm okay with it. But if the consequences of my decision, the worst consequences of my decisions are not really sitting well with me, I decide not to go forward with that. So thinking about what's the worst which can happen and if you can face that really helps to make a decision. The next point which I really want to share with you is that perspective changes every single thing. We always have a choice to look at the world in a certain manner. Some people look at the world as this beautiful place where miracles happen, and some others think that nothing is good happening in the world. We have to pick our choices very wisely. I know when I say that, you might be thinking, well, world is not fair. It's quite chaotic right now. Things are going in all different directions, and I agree with that, all of that, and I hear that as well, and I also see it. But if I choose to look at the world in that manner, it's not going to serve me anything, because whatever is happening around me, I don't have much control on that. The only thing which I can control is myself. And if I'm trying to bring myself down because of the things around me, that's not really fair on me as an individual. So what I try to do, I choose to look at the world in a more positive manner. So I choose to see the world in a positive manner. I know it's not going to change things broadly, but at least it would help me to move forward in a better light. And if I'm helping myself, ultimately I would also be helping others as well. So I'm not doing good for myself, but I'm also doing good for the people around me. So try to have a positive perspective. I know it's not easy, but one can try. And finally, enjoy. You must have heard from people around you, books, now of course social media as well, they live the moment. But it's so true, because life is so short. We don't know what's going to happen. The only choice we have right now is to enjoy this very moment. So try and do that. Yes, work hard, work smart, but after doing all of that which is in your control, don't worry about the things which are beyond your control, because you know what? That would only age you more, and you don't want to do that. And this was all. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do let me know if I should add any more points to the list as well. Take care until next video. Bye.